Now we have a great guest for you guys. Bill Bellamy's joining us. He's, of course, one of the stars in movies such as Any Given Sunday, Love Stinks, Love Jones, How to Be a Player. He was in TV shows Men, Women, and Dogs, Fastlane, etc. He's now working on an independent feature called Getting Played with Vivica A. Fox, Carmen Electra, Stacey Dash. Bill, welcome to the Young Turks.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm excited about it. How you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. I'm really glad you came on. I want to talk about the movie in a little bit, but first, I love to ask people how they got started. And I find out that you're from Rutgers. I grew up in East Brunswick, New Jersey, 5 minutes from Rutgers.
Oh yeah, you're right there, Somerset County. Things got started for me in college. Like, was in my sophomore year at Rutgers University. I had always had like a big love for comedy, watching other people like Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, and Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor do it. And I had always wanted to figure out how the hell could I make people laugh. So at school, I would get in these little talent contests, or I would host the step show, or, if they had an open mic for anything, I would do it for free. I didn't care. And one thing led to another, man, and I just kept trying at it, trying until I got it right. And, I got a little buzz at my school. People start calling me, Bill Bellamy's funny. You get him to do it. Bill's funny, get Bill. And, man, when I got out of school, I knew that at some point I was going to, pursue being a comedian full time. So that's where it began, man. It began as a thought, and the thought turned into an effort, and after the effort became the craft.
I heard that you entered a male beauty pageant at some point. Is that right?
Yeah. It was at school. It was around the sophomore year. It was all-female audience, and there was probably about 8 to 10 guys in it. And it was just like the kind of, pageants the ladies had, but it was just flipped. The guys had to, answer the question and wear the, the tuxedo and all that cool stuff.
Did they ask you about gay marriage?
Huh?
Like they did for Miss California. Did they ask you about gay marriage, put you in trouble?
Did it give me what now? I didn't hear you.
I said like Miss California. Did they ask you about gay marriage and get you in trouble and stuff, or no?
No, right? No, our questions was probably a little easier than that one. At that time, it was just like, whatever the question was, and then we had a swimsuit section of it as well. So,
Oh, really?
Like
were you out in a Speedo?
Yeah, I did. I rocked the Speedo, but some cats was cheating. They was putting socks in their Speedo.
Well, you didn't roll that way.
Nah, I try to keep it organic,
Try to keep it organic. All right. JR's got a question for you.
So, Bill, actually, does it still work the same way as far as people breaking in? I have a friend who, and I don't know, I just kept this thought to myself. He up and left. He's a funny guy. He up and left. We live in L.A. and said, it's easier. And he did a couple, a couple live mics out here and invite us out. But he just said, I'm going to New York, and had a garage sale, sold his 81 Camaro and everything, just got rid of everything and took off. Does it still work that way where you just keep doing shows and next, luckily somebody's there that sees you on a good night? Because he's still working on his delivery and everything.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, that's the thing about being a comic, you need a place to showcase what you're doing. Fortunately, there's a lot of comedy clubs and places where you can go up, and then, places that are really good for people to see you, like the Comedy Store in L.A., you got the Improv, you got Laugh Factory, and here in New York, you got Caroline's. I mean, these are the type of clubs that people go to, that people come out. They have a lot of things there where they do showcase comics. You need to be seen. I mean, and that's the most important thing. Somebody has to see you, dig what you're doing. And that's why Who's Got Jokes to me is such a really good show because, I traveled all over the country. I hit like 20 cities. I sat there in the clubs, and some of them dingy, some of them nice, and watch these people, man, try to really, really do what they do, man. And it throws me back to when I started. I wish that somebody would have came in the club and got my butt.
Well, let me ask you 2 quick follow-ups on that. One, how do you graduate to those top clubs? I mean, do you go and say, no, you don't understand, I was really funny in Nebraska? How do you get those gigs?
All those clubs have an open mic night, you know what I mean? Because all those clubs need us. All the clubs need comics. And they're going to have the ones that they know. Then they're going to need to get some new guys. And most clubs have an open mic night where you get a chance to showcase for the person who's booking the club. And that's where you want to be. You want to be there on that Wednesday night or that Tuesday night and bring your A game. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's really interesting. All right, and then did you ever have that magic moment where somebody came up to you and they're like, "Hey, Bill, I just saw your show and it was amazing. Let me sign you to a contract."
That happened to me in two times. It happened to me. Actually, one that's just like what you're talking about was when I got MTV. I was doing a club called the Boston Comedy Club in New York. This guy, Barry Katz, who that was his club, told me that, there was some MTV scouts in the back. I was like, what? So I do my set, and I get off stage, and there's a lady there named Tracy Jordan gave me a card, and one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I'm hosting MTV Jams on MTV. Then one night I was in Harlem. I'm at the Uptown Comedy Club in Harlem. I'm doing my thing, get off the stage, and some HBO people were there. So,
man,
I mean, people do go to comedy clubs. People do get that type of miracle kind of, oh my God moment. It happens. It happened to me.
How'd that feel, man, when that happened?
I mean, at first it's sort of like a moment of disbelief because you can't believe that somebody's really, making an affirmation about your talent and all those days of you just being out there and maybe 10 people, maybe 20, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, that's got to be some sort of unbelievable feeling.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling, man. It's incredible.
Yeah. So you're in this new movie, Getting Played, and with some very attractive women, I must say.
Yeah, I try to do it like that all the time.
That's how you roll. Okay, so first tell me what the movie's about.
Well, Getting Played is basically a movie about three women who have been jilted, gone through some bad relationships, and what ends up happening is they just decide that they're going to take the power back and basically do what some guys have done to them and flip it on one lucky dude, but they all have to like this dude. So they basically were going to sleep with this one guy and get rid of him.
Is that you?
And I happen to be that lucky guy.
That's not bad, man. So hold up. Did you have to do a sex scene with Vivica A. Fox and Carmen Electra?
I did with Vivica, and I did with, I did with both of those guys. The only one I didn't get to was Stacey.
Well, that's for the next movie.
But yeah, they will say that, you can't do everything in one movie.
So those sex scenes, is that uncomfortable or very comfortable? How does that work?
It's very uncomfortable. People think that, they're going to be this big fun thing. You got like 35 people in the room. You got lights everywhere. You're sweating. You hope your breath is nice. You make sure you get a couple little Altoids. You're going to be breathing in this person's face for a minute.
So now, but she's nearly naked, so that can't be all that bad.
No, it's not. It's really a nice connect. You get to talk. You get to know each other better.
Yeah, I bet you do. Do you have to take some precautionary actions to make sure you don't get excited? I'm keeping it real.
I don't know, man. It could happen. I don't know. I mean, for me, I keep it professional. Like I said, when you got 35 people in the room, you don't really get that excited. They're right there looking at you.
Right. I hear you. It's just, for a long time, Vivica A. Fox was like my number one girl. And
yeah, she's a hottie.
Yeah, and to roll around naked with her, it's a tough thing. It's a great thing.
When you make your movie, you can do whatever you want.
I'm not saying I want to in terms of getting excited. I'm just saying I have to take some precautions. Make sure I don't get. I don't want to get in trouble.
You got to put some ice by the bed or something.
Something along those lines, exactly. So, how did they pick you for this role? I mean, you seem to play a player a lot. Do you think you're getting those kind of roles now, kind of consistently? And are you happy with that, or not?
I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't know. I mean, How to Be a Player was basically one of those movies that sort of put me in that light. And it's really hard, I guess, for people to have a leading guy who can also be funny and be the debonair dude at the same time. And I think that I fit that bill. Now, I've done a lot of other things as well that didn't necessarily have that kind of energy to it, which is, like Any Given Sunday, I did a TV show called Fast Lane.
Yep.
Love
that was directed
Jones.
by Mick G, right?
Yeah. So, there are other things, but you know, when they want the man, they want the man.
I hear you. Hey, was McG always McG? Because I mean, like, did you come onto the set and they're like, "Hi, this is director McG," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, he's very, very cool. I've been knowing him for a long time.
That name would throw me. I don't know. I'd be a little question.
What'd you say?
That name would throw me. I mean, whose name McG? That's kind of weird. But anyway,
I think he wanted something cool and catchy that people could remember him by.
All right. Well, we remember it. That's for sure. So, one more question for you, since it's along the lines of the movie, right? And with the topic we were just discussing. Do you ever I don't know. Are you married, first of all, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you
married?
Were you ever single when you were making these movies and the TV shows?
Yeah. Actually, How to Be a Player, I was single, and Love Jones, I was single as well.
So did that translate off screen to people thinking you were a player and then wind up getting you more action?
I know when I did How to Be a Player, the chicks was feeling real weird the first summer.
But did it work for you?
I know, you're such a player. Yeah, that's true. It was like that.
Right, but they secretly love that, right?
I don't know. I hope so.
All right, so that wound up working out for you, is the sense I get. All right, Bill Bellamy, look, it's been a great interview, and the movie, when does the movie come out, Getting Played?
Getting Played actually is out now. You can watch it. You can get it, wherever you want. You can watch it on DVD. You can get it wherever you need to see it. It's a really, really funny comedy. But this Saturday, my new project, Who's Got Jokes on TV One, is premiering.
Oh.
And I want everybody to go out and support that as well. And it's a funny, funny show. I hope you have TV One wherever you're listening to this show right now. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bill Bellamy, one word, or hit me on MySpace as well. Yeah, man, I'm just going to keep bringing the product, keep bringing you funny, keep entertaining people. I thank you for an amazing interview, man, and make sure you catch Who's Got Jokes, because I bet you I found 3 new of the hottest new faces in comedy.
All right, now, I mean, that explains the question of how do you get found. You get found by Bill Bellamy.
There it is.
There you go. All right, thanks, Bill. We really appreciate it.